guys to reach?
Uh, I don't think about the next level. All that count for me is to play a great season and make it with the team as far as we can, and that's national title and everything else. I think will fall into place.
When you have as many top players as you guys have returning from last year, how much easier is that transition going into the next year, having a relationship with these guys and knowing how they play already?
I think it's a great advantage to know a lot of players from last year, and also the German trip helped a lot to get prepared for the new season. So.
Walking away from that trip from this last spring, what did you guys maybe really want to kind of pound on, really work on as into this preseason?
I think last year it was hard for us, especially when you watch the game against UMBC, to score offensively. So we definitely want to be better on our offensive power, also get stable in the defense, and then I think we're all in all we're a great team.
How close are you guys? You talked about the goal being the national championship. Is that realistic for this group this year?
I mean, of course, if we work hard, there's nothing we can't reach, but we always have to be focused from game to game, and we can't think too far ahead. It really comes down from every game, from game to game. So it starts today, and we'll see how far it can take us.
I mean, when you look around the locker room, I mean, you see a lot of talented guys. I mean, you've got to feel pretty excited about the opportunity for you this year.
Yeah, of course. We have a lot of talent in this team, and that makes it so exciting and so special, especially for me in my last season to have a chance to compete with a great team. And yeah, just excited.
You touched on it a little bit there last season. Just what does this mean personally to you to kind of try and go out on top?
I couldn't be more excited, and I definitely want to leave with a bang. And yeah, this is my last chance to prove anything here and try to make it work.
I mean, it's very exciting coming off of a long spring. Summer was very long. The Germany trip was exciting, as Timo said already, and now it finally gets going. The first game tonight, and yeah, we're all looking forward to that.
Is that something that you guys look forward to every year to kind of get the season started, going with that scrimmage?
I mean, we know the guys from practice already, so the scrimmage is just, for me, it's just another practice game. But obviously, it's exciting for the public to get to know the new players and all the new guys coming in. So yeah, it's a good start to start off with, and going to Bradley after that. Yeah.
How excited are you to finally stop playing yourselves and get to play a team like Bradley eventually and finally get back out on the field and start playing some games?
Yeah, of course it's exciting. Like, you always want to compete. Like, we had a couple of good games in the spring already, and the preseason is very short, so we got to get prepared in the preseason against teams like Bradley, and so those are the preparation games for the season. So it's very important for us.
You look at the Big East schedule this year and the way the conference is shaping up. Do you feel like anything less than a conference championship would be a frustrating year for you guys, or how do you look at this season expectations-wise?
I mean, last year we won the regular season title and the championship. The tournament was a little bit disappointing for us in Philadelphia, but yeah, this year, yeah, of course, we're always going for the wins, and we have a good team so far. I'm looking forward that we can go all the way this season. Yeah, why not?
Is there a conversation where you guys have a checklist, kind of a hit list of things you want to accomplish, or is this group kind of silently confident and knows exactly what it wants?
I think the second thing you mentioned was like, we don't have like a checklist, and we want all this. Of course, we're looking from game to game, but like, we have the big goals in mind and are confident for ourselves, and that's what we're looking for. Yeah.
How about for you personally? I mean, when you look around the room and the roster and the talent that you guys have, is it as high as it's been since you've been here at Creighton?
Like last year, we didn't lose. Yeah, we lost a couple important seniors, but we got a couple good players too. So I think the level is quite high. I would agree with you, and yeah, it would be. In my opinion, it's slightly better even than last season. Like, overall, like, we have a better width. Even if players get injured, like, we still have people that can get in and move us forward. So I think it's a very, very good team, very good squad.
From last year to this year, what are you kind of hoping to see this team improve on? What do you hope to improve on going into this season?
I mean, we did quite well last season already, but as Timo already said, like just stay stable in the defense, increase our creativity up front, and then if we're just good possession-wise every game, then everything goes from itself, I think.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, for us, it's more of just like to work out the kinks. It's more for the team. Like the public, it's great for them, but I mean, we're still focused on cleaning things up, playing wise. So.
When you look at the expectations for this group, obviously, you just talked about it, win the regular season, but then the postseason, the tournament doesn't go the way you want. Is one, better than the other in your minds, or is it all about the end result in the NCAAs?
I think they're both very important, especially being new in the Big East. Clearly, you want to start to make some history for the school. But I think personally, for me, the NCAA is the overall goal. Like a Big East championship would be great, but I mean, the gem is the NCAA.
You guys have obviously been there before, and Elmar's taken you guys there, so you know that it's within reach. I mean, what does this team have to do to make it there again and make another splash nationally?
I don't know. That's a good question. I last year was my first time actually playing in the tournament ever, so I mean I'm glad that I had that experience. But now I think we just need to focus that much more, like extra, just absolutely. Just be ready for anything, really.
With who you guys return, is confidence kind of at an all-time high in your time here at Creighton?
Yeah, I'd say it's at a high, and especially with all the returners, that'll help us a lot in the early season. So we'll hit the ground running.
What do you think you learned from last year? What lesson do you think that you learned that you can apply this year and maybe help this team improve and get over the hump that you guys want to get over?
I would say just always stay focused. Like Coach says, focus on the process, not the end result. So I think going into that last game, people were a little too excited about the Final Four when we still had to win the Elite Eight.
For fans that are coming tonight and then obviously all season as well, what can they expect to see style play-wise from you guys? Is it going to be different than what they've seen last year or in years past at all? Or what do you think about this year's?
I think we'll be an exciting team to watch. We'll have really good bouts of possession, and I think going forward we have the players to really excite. So it'll be good.
Yeah, it's first of all it's exciting. Second, nervous is good. Afraid, that's not good, but nervous is good. You just don't want to mess it up. That's my job. So the boys are all into it, and they were prepared. Fitness is great right now, given that early in the season. Health-wise, we're looking good. So with Paris being cleared in a day or two, we have everybody on the roster available, which is very, very important. And so, like Connor said, we're gonna hit the ground running, hopefully.
When you look at last season, the way it shook out, regular season champ, obviously you hit a hiccup in the tournament, but then you get in the NCAAs and you're able to make another run. How do you balance? Yeah, we want to win the Big East championship, but we also, the NCAA is obviously the goal.
Yeah, well, from a coach's point of view, and particularly from a player's point of view, you don't want to get too hung up on winning this and winning that. Because that actually takes away from the task at hand, what you need to do in order to overcome a particular game or a particular opponent. And I think that's the process we need to work with. Everything else will fall in place. I mean, if we're doing the things right that we can do and that we are capable of doing, I'm not afraid of losing, or I'm not worried about winning.
Timo and Fabian talked about how it was kind of a struggle to score goals late in the season. I guess having Ricky back will obviously help. What do you think about some of the things they've done in the offseason to kind of shore up that area?
Well, they were working extremely, extremely hard. Ricky is so excited, rightfully so. He has been out for 8 months, and the first time he played was in Germany with us, and he already looked good, rusty a little bit, and you'll probably see that tonight again. It will take a little bit of time, so he has to be patient with it. But the guys worked very, very hard at it, and Obviously, we missed him last year. You know, we missed him and Castellanos. Castellanos came back in the playoffs, but he still was out for 6 weeks. So his touch wasn't there. He wasn't in the rhythm. You know, so we were missing 2 center forwards, and no wonder we don't score as many goals as we want.
How about, you know, this season? Is that more of the emphasis, or do you feel like since those guys are back in the fold, it'll be easier, you know, naturally with your system to put it in the net?
Yeah, the emphasis, I don't want to put too much emphasis on, well, hey, you have to score, because that can be a burden in itself. You know, I think the goals there are a result of your play. And that could be coming from a center back, that could be coming from a defensive midfielder. You know, so we don't care about where the goals are coming from. We just need to work, like I said, with the process. And then there will be guys that score more than others, and then there will be guys that will go through a slump again. And that's just part of the process. You know, you just hope that the slump doesn't hit anybody when it really matters.
You have a couple of new pieces mixed in now. I guess what have you seen out of the organization of your team, kind of blending those in, and how important these 2 exhibitions are going to be to get them to where you'd like it?
Well, it's very good actually. I think the new players, they're catching on really quick. I think we have to retrain them a little bit in terms of our style, as some of them are not used to playing that kind of soccer that we want to play. So it's a matter of adjustment for a lot of them. But again, based on talent and ability level, that adjustment can be short or long. So, you know, it looks to me right now it's rather on the short end.
Blue-white scrimmage tonight. When you watch a game like this, what are you looking for? What do you want to see out of this team?
Well, I would like to see that our returning players are back to where they left and can advance us this year. I would like to see that 4 or 5 of our new players can eventually help us already as freshmen or as transfers.